Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Q3 FY23 results conference call of GTPL Hathway, hosted by Emkay Global Financial Services. As a reminder, all participant lines will be in the listen-only mode. There will be an opportunity for you to ask questions at the end of today's presentation. Should you need assistance during the conference, please signal an operator by pressing star, then 0 on your touchtone phone. Please note that this conference is being recorded. I would now like to hand the conference over to Mr. Pulkit Chawla, Emkay Global Financial Services. Thank you, and over to you.
Thank you, Dorwin, and good evening, everyone. I would like to welcome the management and thank them for this opportunity. We have with us today Mr. Anirudh Singh Jadeja, Promoter and Managing Director, Mr. Piyush Pankaj, Business Head CATV and Chief Strategy Officer, and Mr. Anil Bothra, Chief Financial Officer. Without further delay, I shall now hand over the call to the management for their opening remarks. Over to you, gentlemen.
Thank you, Pulkit. Good evening, everyone. I am pleased to welcome you all to our Q3 and 9-month ended December 2022 earnings conference call. We continue to be the number one MSO in India and constantly growing our subscriber base both in digital cable TV and broadband segment. Before I provide business update, let me use this opportunity to announce that we recently changed our brand identity to encompass entertain and connect. In order to communicate the wide range of product and services offered by us, including entertainment in the form of cable TV and OTT, and connectivity in the form of high-speed broadband, as well as new products and services to be launched soon. Coming back to the business update, I am extremely pleased and excited to announce to launch GTPL Genie Plus, an OTT app aggregation product which offers subscription to be wide choice of OTT application in convenient pocket-friendly packs. It's an off-the-shelf product that can be used by cable or broadband customer of GTPL. The digital push in India provides immense opportunity on the broadband front. We plan to be a front runner of push internet service in existing and new geography by providing value-added service at cost of effective trade by following a customer-centric approach. I now hand over to Mr. Piyush Pankaj, who will take you through business and financial aspects of the company.
Thank you, Mr. Jadeja. Good evening, everyone. I am pleased to announce the business and financial performance of GTPL Hathway, the largest MSO in India as per TRAI's performance indicator report. On the basis of our strong foundation and past performance, I am pleased to announce that we have entered 3 new states for our digital cable TV business: Delhi, Haryana, and Uttarakhand. And other state, Uttar Pradesh, we have entered 2 quarters back. We are receiving positive response from these geographies and are planning to build on this to grow and penetrate our presence in these states. This is testament to the quality of services that we provide and the customer-centric approach that we follow. We are constantly exploring new opportunities on the digital cable TV side by expanding in new geographies where we can expand on a large scale on back of our expertise and experienced team. We have launched GTPL Genie Plus, an OTT apps aggregation product, which offers subscription to a wide choice of OTT applications in convenient pocket-friendly packs. This pack will be available in 1 month, 3 months, 6 months, and annual subscriptions. GTPL Genie Plus will provide access to up to 15 plus leading apps and will also offer up to 80% saving compared to MRP of these OTT apps. In addition, we also provide savings in the customer in the form of 100% guaranteed cashbacks. Our digital cable TV subscriber base as on 31st December 2022 stands at 8.90 million. Paying subscribers for digital cable TV stands at 8.30 million. On 9-month YOY basis, the increase in active and paying digital cable TV subscriber is 700K and 800K respectively. Subscription revenue increased by 3% YOY. In the broadband business, we added 130K new subscribers, an increase of 17% on a YOY basis. Home pass subscribers stood at 5.15 million as on 31st December 2022, of which 75% are available for FTTX conversion. The broadband ARPU for Q3 FY23 stood at rupees 455, an increase of rupees 10 on a YOY basis. The average data consumption per customer per month stood at 310 GB, a 28% increase YOY. The broadband segment provides immense opportunity, and we plan to capitalize on this by providing value-added services, and the launch of GTPL Genie Plus will help us to extend our broadband services and in retention of customers. Moving on to the financial performance, on a consolidated level, excluding EPC contract, in Q3 FY23, revenue grew by 15% YOY to rupees 7050 million. The digital cable TV subscription revenue stood at rupees 2775 million, up by 3% YOY. We saw a consistent growth in our broadband segment. Broadband revenue increased by 18% YOY, and revenue stood at rupees 1243 million. This was driven by a healthy subscriber addition, as we are on track to reach 1 million subscriber base by the end of this fiscal. Consolidated EBITDA for the quarter stood at rupees 1314 million with a margin of 18.6%. PAT for the quarter stood at rupees 376 million. We are a net debt-free company, generating free cash flows and paying dividend history of last 6 years. Thank you, everyone. We can now begin with the question and answer session.
Thank you very much. We will now begin with the question and answer session. Anyone who wishes to ask a question may press star and 1 on their touchtone phone. If you wish to remove yourself from the question queue, you may press star and 2. Participants are requested to use handsets while asking a question. Ladies and gentlemen, we will wait for a moment while the question queue assembles. The first question is from the line of Parth from Alpha Plus Capital. Please go ahead.
Hi, good evening, sir. So firstly, congratulations for a decent growth in the broadband active subscriber base. Sir, even in the last quarter, we had talked about this, that our ARPU on CATV business is actually coming down, which seems to be the case even this quarter, and it has come down substantially. So if you could throw some color on the same.
Yeah, Parth. Actually, as you know, that we are entering into new market. As you know, we have given that from last 1.5 years. We have gone into the south market, mainly Tamil Nadu, and then we have entered into Odisha, some of the northeast market, and now we are going into the big way in the north market. What is happening that the new subscribers which are coming to us, they are coming at the lower to the average ARPU of our earlier market. So we are dominant in Gujarat, we are dominant in West Bengal, we are dominant in Andhra Pradesh, we are dominant in Maharashtra. So all these markets, we are maintaining our ARPU or increasing our ARPU as we are dominant in those markets. As you go into the new market, you have to start from a bit lower ARPU, and then you have to ramp it up with the time as you become dominant number 1 and number 2, which is the endeavor on which we become in every market number 1 and number 2 within 2 to 3 years. So that is happening. Like in Tamil Nadu, we are already crossing now 800K subscriber base in the Tamil Nadu, closing to 1 million. So we are looking forward that we will take the ARPU up over there. Same is happening in northeast market as we entered in the last year, and now we are becoming number 1, number 2 player over there. So slowly you will see that whenever you do the expansion, at that time you have to take a bit of hit in the ARPU, and we have to increase our ARPU at all the places, as we talked in the earlier call also. Right now, we are waiting because we have to see if there is any regulatory change which is on the door. If it is coming, then we will do at that point. Otherwise, we are going to take the call in the first quarter of FY24.
Fair enough. That's great, sir. Sir, also, if you could help me with if on the ARPU side, if this is the ARPU that would be the lowest, or we could see even lower ARPUs going ahead. And you also mentioned that as we get into newer geographies, which is understandable, ARPU would be slightly lower. But so is that the case that the new additions would be primarily from newer geographies?
Yeah, that is what is happening, the new additions are coming from the new geographies. As you already, like in Gujarat, if I talk about, I'm a dominant player having 80% of the market. So here I'm just adding every year 2%, 3%. But if I'm going into the new market, there I'm adding at 10%, 15% on that basis. So yes, the subscriber base is coming from the new market. We are making the strategy that how we are going to ramp up our ARPU. As from last 2 calls we are talking about that, and we will take some steps in FY24 regarding that.
Fair enough, sir. That was really helpful. So last question on the margin front, we've seen margin come down a little bit from our normal levels. Is this the reason for the margin drop is the same, whereby penetration into newer geographies will probably also lead to lower ARPUs plus have some additional cost, or is there some other factor which is probably leading to the margin compression?
Yeah, so if we talk about, we have gone into the north market, the whole of the north market, and we don't have any establishments over there. In other market, if we go, we have some establishments. So there we have to start from the scratch. We have to create the whole establishments and everything, and then started doing the acquisitions and adding the subscriber base. So all the costs have increased a bit in this quarter because of we entered into the new market and did the establishments from scratch, and we have opened the number of offices over there. We did the recruitments over there, and all the backbones we have we have to make there on the fiber and all, we did it. And we are going on aggressive basis on the acquisition fronts also, and the swapping, or you can say taking the customers, direct customers also. So both are going on. The revenue will follow on those basis. This is I will say one of the quarter where the blip has come because of the high cost of establishments and all. We are going to again on the track as we are doing it in the last 5 to 6 years, and we are going to maintain our budget.
Super, sir. That's all from my side. Thank you for taking our questions.
Thank you very much. The next question is from the line of Vineet Manek from Karma Capital Advisors. Please go ahead, sir.
Yeah, hi. Thank you, management, for this opportunity. So again, a similar question from the previous participant that we have seen a significant increase in our other expenses, excluding the pay channel and the employee cost. So is this a sustainable number going forward, or was any extraordinary during this quarter and we might see the cooling off of this number in the coming quarters? So how should we look at the other expense line item going forward?
No, other expenses, this is a exceptional quarter for us also, as we decided to enter into new markets, and there we have to also do the establishment from the scratch, as I told. And so this is a exceptional quarter, I will say, on that basis. Whatever cost we have to incur for the establishment, for creating my networks and everything has already been done in this quarter. We have started acquiring customers already. Around more than 1 lakh customers have come from those markets. But yeah, their revenues, as we are taking it in this quarter, their revenues will start coming from the next quarter. So we will start seeing that the revenue will follow this cost, and this cost will remain at this level only.
Okay. And also coming down to the subscription income, so we have almost added 0.5 million subscribers this year, and we are aiming to add 1 million kind of a subscriber by the end of this year. But our average growth for 9 months within the subscription income has been closer to 2.5% kind of a number. And with the NTO2 clarity coming in now, how are we seeing the growth in the subscription income going forward? So can we expect a high single digit kind of a subscription growth coming in from next year, or a similar kind of a number with the aggressive customer acquisition strategy will be there in the coming year?
No, we are keeping that strategy intact. That we are going back to the double-digit growth. The number of acquisitions as we will increase, as I say that we are expanding right now and just started expanding on the acquisition basis, so that there is an effect on the ARPU side. Those will get stabilized as we go forward. I will say within the next 2 quarters, and we will see that consistent ARPU is going to be there. Plus, there is a plan to increase the ARPU. Already, the plan is there. We have delayed that because of NTO3 implementation and all, and we have not taken this call. But whatever will happen, we are going to take that call in the first quarter of FY24. And there we will see that the ARPU is also increasing and subscriber base is also increasing, and we are keeping our target that we will go to the double-digit growth in the revenue side.
Okay. Yeah. Also coming on the broadband side, so we had a good addition this quarter, but it is very similar to the previous quarter's run rate. And I think on the previous calls, we mentioned that the large part of this addition is coming from the B2B side of it, and the B2B addition was slow over the last 2 quarters. So was it a very similar kind of situation this quarter also for the broadband, and how are you seeing this number accelerating? Because I think we are a little bit behind our targets and our aspirations about the broadband subscriber addition. So how should we look at that going forward?
Yeah, this quarter also the addition, whatever addition has happened around 25K, this is pure G2C addition. Still B2B has not started contributing to us. B2B, as in the last quarter also we said that we are ready. Around 60K subscriber is already in the pipeline, and which is getting integrated with our system. A bit delay has happened on that because of the technical unsimilarity between the networks, but that has already been solved. And we are hopeful that as we talk, that integration is happening. So by January end, this 60K subscriber will get onboarded, and we will start getting the revenue from there. So B2B contribution, if I will say, it has not happened till time. Whatever 130K subscriber in last 1 year we added, that is the B2C subscribers. But as we started doing this, as we get the experience of onboarding and everything, we are hopeful that the B2B onboarding and B2B subscriber base will start getting addition every quarter in a good numbers, and that will start giving us the revenue side also and subscriber side also.
Okay. And Piyush, just last question from my side. So what was the 9-month capex that we have already incurred, and what is the remaining target for the quarter that we are intend to spend?
Yeah, so total capex which has happened in the 9 months is 355 crores, on which CATV capex is 180 crores and broadband capex is 175 crores. The guidelines which we have given that we are going to be close to 450 crores capex this year, we are sticking to that for the last quarter, that 100 crore more capex will happen, and that will be 50% in CATV and broadband. So this is the situation right now.
Okay. Thank you very much for patiently answering my question.
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, as a reminder, in order to ask a question, please press star and 1 on your touchtone phones. The next question is from the line of Yash from Sushil Finance. Please go ahead.
Hello, sir. I had a question regarding the CATV business. My first question is, do we expect going forward in the, say, next 2 to 3 years after acquiring substantial market share in the new territories, the margins to expand and reaching the levels of 12%, 10%, which we were doing previously 2 years back, or how is it?
Hi, Yash.
Hello.
Yes, that's the expectation. As you know, we are going aggressive in the acquisition mode right now. As if you see, one of the strategy which we talked at the IPO time is the consolidation of industry, and we wanted to do it from 2020 onwards, but we have not started that due to COVID and everything. Now we have started. So we are going on aggressive way for the consolidation, for the acquisitions. And as we go forward, as we get more and more subscribers, we become dominant in those markets. The revenue and ARPU will follow, and the double-digit growth, which we were doing from till last year, that you will see that it is back in the annual. So that's the way we are making it, and that's the strategy on which we are working.
Okay. Thank you. My second question is with respect to the GTPL Genie, which was launched, I think, 10-15 days back. So as I can see on your website, there are 4 different packages which are offered. So could you just throw some light as to how much would be the margins which we can expect from these plans, and going forward, I'm not able to see like a prominent name Netflix being or OTT being offered to us, to the customers. So do we have any plans of onboarding them? And lastly, it was recently announced that IPL would be on Jio Cinema. So what are your views on that? Do we plan on doing some partnership with them as well, or how is it for the OTT plan?
So first on the Genie Plus product we have launched, which is more of a app aggregator and available to all CATV and broadband subscribers, existing and new, of the GTPL. It is a off-the-shelf product which customer can go directly and purchase it at a very competitive price, and we have make it available in 1, 3, 6, 12, all type of periods. Plus, there are 4 packs of different choices of for the customer. The customer can have whatever value according to their choice they can take it. Yes, if I talk about Netflix, when we launched our hybrid box, Netflix was integrated on that, But yes, we are in touch with Netflix to provide us the app which Netflix has promised. Still some negotiations are going on. But as we wanted to launch Genie Plus and all other app already we have closed, so we have gone ahead and launched. We are hopeful that Netflix will also come into the fold very soon, and we will start providing Netflix to our subscriber base, to our customers. Genie Plus is, you can say, on the margin side now, yes, there is a margin, but we are more looking towards it for the stickiness and the retention of the customers, and it is available for our all 10 million customers, including CATV plus broadband. And we are looking forward that this is going to increase the stickiness, plus all the choices of content which our households is required. That is, we are offering. There is going to be a margin, and the margin in such a way that it is not going to impact my EBITDA margin. It will be at the same level. And but yes, that is the case. Coming to the Jio side, that Jio Cinema is going to be IPL. So overall, it's good for the customers. The viewership is increasing.
And it's part of our OTT application.
Yeah, it is part. This is going to be part of our OTT application also. That is going to happen. But yeah, it is good. It is good for the industry and all. Viewership is going to increase. But TV is going to be there throughout in the houses. The connection is going to be there throughout in the houses, as we understand and as per the analysis and all. And somewhere Disney and Hotstar is also increasing their marketing and everyone, which is good for the industry.
Mm-hmm. Thank you so much, sir. Really helpful. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Before we take the next question, we would like to remind participants that you may press star and 1 to ask your questions. The next question is from the line of Raj Oja from GB Capital. Please go ahead.
Good evening, sir. Sir, thank you for the opportunity. I have two sets of questions from my side. The first one is, sir, what are the growth trigger or the good growth drivers points for our broadband business? And do we see any uptick in ARPU?
The growth driver, if I will talk about, the total households in India is around 310 million, and out of that, only 30 million is right now, hardly 10% is the wired broadband. So we always call this broadband business as a nascent business right now. This has to increase rapidly. If we talk about Eurozone, they have already crossed 60%. China is at 50%. US is at 80% penetration of the wired broadband. And somewhere India will going to catch up at those levels with the time. So there is a large opportunity where the customers are there, and you just have to reach those customers through infrastructure and start providing the services. So it's just a large market. So the growth driver is that in India, it's a volume growth, which we are looking forward for. Apart from that, value growth, we are looking forward that 2 to 3% will happen every year in the value growth. That's we are pushing. Plus, we are going to do the layering of services over the broadband, which will fetch more money from our households. We'll try to do that, and that's the strategy on which we are working.
Okay. That's helpful. And second question is, sir, how is the response in our new states which we have entered on the cable TV side? So are we planning to scale it up, or what are our plans to scale up the business?
Yeah, so the response is very good. Actually, being a number one player in India and having the best quality services established, a lot of responses are coming from those markets, and we have just started around 2 months back and already got more than 1 lakh subscribers over there. We are looking forward that within 1 year we are going to cross the 1 million subscribers over North market, and the market is big. This is an Hindi-speaking good market. The ARPUs are going to be good on those markets. We are expecting that. So yes, so 1 million plus in the next 1 year time in those markets.
Okay. Sir, thank you. That's it from my side, and all the best.
Thanks.
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, as a reminder, please press star and 1 to ask a question. We have the next question from Richa Meena from ICICI Bank. Please go ahead. Ms. Meena, your line has been unmuted. Please go ahead with your question. Ms. Meena, if you have muted your line from your end, please check and go ahead with your question.
Hello. Yes, sorry. Good evening, everyone. I wanted to know if you could throw some light on the high AGR dues that could be seen in the balance sheet.
Come again, please.
AGR dues, high AGR dues, and how are we planning to go about it?
AGR dues. Okay.
Yes, sir.
AGR dues is on the contingent liability side, which is consistent from last 3 years, which is coming into the balance sheet. This is the DOT which has given the demand for on GTPL Hathway before 2016, when the internet business and cable business was together. And based on that, they have given the demand on cable business revenues, adding that, and which is already contested in the court. And according to the lawyers and all, we have a very favorable case. And already retrospectively, MIB and DOT has given that any revenues coming under the MIB licenses perspective, the MSO licenses and all, that is not to be included in the calculation of AGR. So we are very positive that the retrospective they have already given, and for later years, earlier years also, a lot of disputes and everything is going on, and it's a prejudice right now. It's in the court, and we are hopeful that we will come clean out of that.
Okay, thank you so much, sir. And all the best.
Thank you. The next question is from the line of Dharma Venkatesan, KB, an individual investor. Please go ahead, sir.
Good afternoon, sir. So my first question is regarding the increase in the pay channel cost. We have seen almost a 15% increase year on year for the 9-month period. And this, so what is the reason behind this increase, and how do you see that from next month onwards, major players have announced a price hike? So whether we will be able to pass on those price hikes, or our pay channel cost is going to get even higher from here, and it might have an impact on our margins?
Yeah, so I always explain this in my calls, earlier calls also, that whenever you are looking for the pay channel cost, you have to club it with the marketing and placement income, which is showing in the income. Because one is that you are paying to the pay channels, and second is what you are getting from the pay channels. So you have to go into what is the net increase happening on the outflow side. And if you go on that basis, that you will find that there is not much growth on that part. We are GTPL being number one player, and we have known for the best negotiations in the market. So we always try to keep our costs, at least those costs, at the par level. And so if you combine these two, you will see that there is not much increase on the pay channel cost.
Sir, and regarding the increase in the channel prices that the major players have announced, which will come into effect from February, what is your comments on that?
NTO 3, we are calling it NTO 3. Yes, we are waiting for the implementation on that side. As you see in NTO 1, when NTO 1 happened, the industry has lost some of the subscribers initially, and then again they gained it. But NTO 1 is good for everyone, every stakeholder in the industry. We are looking forward that NTO 3 will also happen on that way. We are geared up that there should not be any chaos in the market and all. We are going to control that as we have the experience of NTO 1, and maintain the cost to the consumer on that basis, so that their household cost should not increase. So that's the way we are endeavoring. Yes, they are coming up with the different rates and all, but we are going to make the things in such a way that the cost should not increase at the consumer level, and all other benefits should get passed to the MSOs.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir. And my second question is regarding the newer geographies which we are entering for our cable TV business. So in these newer geographies, whether we have entered organically, or do we have done some smaller acquisitions or consolidated the smaller players and brought it in-house? Anything of that sort, or is it like full or organic growth in those newer geographies?
No, we go for both strategies, inorganic and organic. Yes, as I say that our strategy is going big in inorganic, which we not used to do earlier from last 2 years because of the COVID. But yes, we are going to do inorganic and organic both. Whatever number I have given you, 1 lakh plus number in those markets, that has come from inorganic and organic. So we are taking up both the strategies and going forward.
Okay, sir. And regarding our the court case status, the status quo remains the same, right? Is there any other further update, or it is the same as previous?
On which you're talking about?
Sir, on the dues which we have for that our cable TV businesses that was supposed to be appearing in December.
AGR and all you're talking about, yes, status quo is maintained right now, and this quarter there is no movement on that.
Okay, sir. And my final thing is regarding Genie Plus. So from whatever your answer you have given previously, I understood that Genie Plus is more of a product to make the customers more sticky rather than the product which we upsell so that we get additional revenue. It's not like that kind of product. It's a product to increase the lifetime value and make the customers more sticky. Am I right, sir?
You're right. The margin is there. As I said, that the margin is there. As whatever EBITDA we are maintaining, that margin we are getting in. So there is no negative impact on the EBITDA and all. That is going to be positive only. But yes, this product is to provide all type of content to our customers. We are becoming content agnostic on that way. Till date, we are providing Star TV, Sony TV. With that, we are providing also OTT. So this is the case, and it is going to increase the stickiness of our customer being on our platforms.
Sir, and just a small final one, sir. I saw your interview in CNBC today morning. So in that, you had hinted that there might be a possibility of merger with Jio. Like, is it so, or are we only right now collaborating on a technical and an IP level, and we will continue to grow on our own? Like, what is the end game in this is what I'm really trying to understand.
Very, very speculative question, but still I'll just say that whatever benefits being a partner we have to get from the Jio, we are getting, and we are very happy with that. Jio being our partners, whatever guidance, knowledge transfer, vendor negotiations, all we are getting, and we are working on our strategy. The freedom is there, that we are working on our strategy, our brand, and we are growing market, and we are performing, we are giving the dividends, we have debt-free company, consistent performance throughout, subscriber base is growing, and everything is happening. Yes, we don't know. We have to see how the future unfolds going forward. But we are keeping our strategy intact and going ahead and doing the business.
Sir, so to summarize, right now the collaboration is purely on a technical and a knowledge level as of now.
That's right. That's right.
Okay, sir. Fine. Thank you. Thank you for answering the questions, and all the best for the coming questions.
Thank you. The next question is from the line of Yash from Sushil Finance. Please go ahead.
Hello, sir. Just a follow-up question. Could you just elaborate a bit on NTO 2.0 and how does it affect us going forward? And what are the ways to tackle the same?
We are calling it NTO 3, yes. And yes, we are anticipating that not much of change will happen. It will give us the opportunity to increase our revenue and bring more transparency in the market for the consumers or every stakeholder. We are trying to keep the cost to consumer at the same level so that there should not be any negative impact on the market on that basis. So we are anticipating that not much will change at the consumer level, and it is going to help us in growing our business.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. The next question is from the line of Rama Manohar, an individual investor. Please go ahead.
Hi, sir. Just I have one question. See, why not to invest total money in the broadband sector rather than cable TV? Anyhow, the business is because in metro, many people are cutting off their moving out from cable TV. So, does it make more sense making all the investments in the broadband side? Because even broadband, we have a competition in the future, maybe in the wireless. If you get 5G, they may introduce maybe some sort of set-up box or something else to receive the signals. That time we will have a competition, right?
A different strategy which you are talking about, but we look forward in this way that cable business has a lot of potential going forward. Still, the TV households are increasing. Still, there are very large market of cable which has to get consolidated. And the third point is the return on cable. ROI is very quick. You can say between maximum between 10 to 18 months, you are getting the ROI back. If I talk about the broadband business, ROI is a bit late. It's 24 to 30 months, which we are going to get back. So still, the ROI basis, if you say cable business is good, and growth is there. A lot of potential to do in the market right now. As you are starting the convergence of the services, which is bundling of the services, entertainment plus broadband plus OTT plus you will add more services, layering of the services on that. So it's good to be in the business and start owning the customer that whatever it wants. We are a pipe reaching to the customer house. We just have to provide all type of services to the customer to keep customer intact with us and generate more and more revenue from that households.
But still we are adding very few numbers in the broadband sector, right? I think because the market people, if we are not adding, maybe they may take connection from either Airtel or Reliance Jio Fiber and other things. Seeing the numbers 30 to 50,000 are very less, I think, considering that we have built a base of around 10 lakhs, right? And 5 million home pass. So is it not a little low?
No. On the extraction level, if you see, we are the doing best in the industry because we are operating, if I talk about B2C, as I said, we are just operating in the Gujarat market and 6 of the cities. And that's the way, if it go on the extraction basis, we are the best in the market right now also. Yes, we are starting the B2B in our all cable markets, which still to take off. So we will see that how it unfolds in FY24. But we are very gung-ho on this broadband business. Still a lot of potentials in whichever market we are present, and we are going to do excel as we are doing right now.
And my last question, do you think this margins are going to improve for the next quarter, or they are going to be like this only? Because making 30 crore or 40 crores profit like this, or how it is going to be, at least?
As I said in the beginning that during the call also, that this is an exceptional quarter where we did exceptional establishment cost for the new markets, as we have a huge presence on those markets. So we have to establish all the services, my networks, my new manpower, everything, bandwidths, everything we have to do from the scratch. And the customer has to follow that. Also, the revenues are going to follow that. So yes, this is an exceptional quarter. We are looking forward that from here onwards, the margins and everyone will increase.
Sir, one last question. Sorry again. See, ours is a company actually backed by Reliance and other things. But why our company stock is trading like in a narrow range, maybe even after the 5 years of IPO, when our profits are 40 crores, and the company has come at offered the share at 170 something, it was listed. Now it is still trading at 130, despite our profits are around 200 crores. And why our maybe big investors not coming, maybe mutual funds are not showing interest? Are you taking any steps that people are not coming to us?
Whatever we have promised as a management, as a board, whatever we have promised in the IPO, we have met that we are going to increase. If you see, we have in the broadband side, we have increased 5x in the subscriber base. In the cable side, we have increased around 2.6 of the subscriber base. The revenues has grown 5-fold in the last 6 years. We are paying dividend from last 6 years. Last year 40%. So all those things are happening. We are managing our cash flow much better. as we are net debt-free company right now. We have paid around 400 crores of debt in the last 5 years. Free cash flow generation is happening in the business throughout. So that's from the management side and the board side, I will say. Share price and all, it's speculation. We can't comment on that.
Thank you. That will be the last question for today. I now hand the conference over to the management for the closing comments.
Thank you everyone for joining the call. Be safe and healthy. We look forward to interact with you with the FY23 annual results somewhere in April. Good evening and have a great day.
Thank you. On behalf of Emkay Global Financial Services, that concludes this conference. Thank you for joining us. You may now disconnect your lines.